Have you ever felt like spending time with your kids has lost some of its former enjoyment for you and the joy that you experience? Has it almost become more of a burden or an obligation or just one more thing to do? I know it has for me in the past. I mean, just recently, my 5-year-old daughter was constantly nagging me for stuff and asking me for this and asking me for that and constantly. And I was growing frustrated with that, right? I mean, I was getting annoyed and bothered by it, and I responded poorly and I spoke harshly to her, and she was crushed. I mean, she burst into tears. She was really hurt by it. And then I got even more frustrated because I thought she was overreacting. I thought that wasn't like a fair response or reaction on her part. And while I didn't realize it at the time, on reflecting back on that several days later, I realized that in fact what was going on was that she was actually not all that interested in my help or me getting the things that she was asking me to get or anything like that. She was just asking for some focused attention, really. And that it helped me understand why then her reaction was so strong when I did respond harshly and why that was so significant. You see, what I've come to often is that viewing spending time with kids as getting in our way or of the more enjoyable things that we like to do in life is not so much a case of them as it is their need for attention. I'm convinced that most families and most kids spend their lives starved for attention. It's almost as if they have a little attention tank that just constantly needs to be topped up from time to time. And if that runs too low, then they're craving and they're starving for attention, and they'll go seek for it in other ways. So, when they're younger kids, like we have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old, and it shows itself in nagging and constantly complaining and asking for things. And that now I'm learning is a sign that they want attention. As kids grow older, I wonder if, they start to blackmail and negotiate and things like that. And these are signs wanting attention, and they're wanting focused attention from adults. And then as they get older, still, they'll find a boyfriend or a girlfriend or and they'll go seeking that attention that they're lacking in other places. This isn't a bad thing. It's not a wrong thing. It's just something to be aware of as parents. And so I've, as I've been learning through this, I've found some ways that are quite helpful for me to spend time with my kids, that I actually enjoy doing it, where it's no longer just an obligation, but it also speaks a lot of love and value to them as well. Let me give you four suggestions. The first is to schedule a monthly date with each of my girls. Just once a month, we schedule a date, we plan it together, and even in the planning phase, it's fun. They enjoy deciding what we'll go do and the fun in that, and then we go do that just once a month. And what I've found is, because I can plan it and schedule it and put it on my calendar, I can be totally focused during that date. I'm not distracted by work, I'm not distracted by other things, I'm completely focused on my daughter during our once a month date. And what I've found is that focused attention buys me a whole lot of cred over the next week, where she's much more understanding. Because she's had the attention and that focused attention from me, she's much more understanding if I have to work or I can't be with her because I've got these other things that I need to do and get done. And she doesn't whine and complain. She's much more understanding about a lot of that. The second thing I would say is to actually involve her or involve your kids in things that you're already doing, even if it's household chores around the house. One of the things that my 5-year-old loves to help me with is washing the car. Now, I'm a bit of a perfectionist and I like to do things really well. And so if you're anything like me, that sounds like, oh man, she's not going to do a good job. It's not going to be good enough and whatnot. Well, I just have her go ahead of me on the really dirty stuff, and then I follow behind her and make sure it gets fully clean. But there's ways to do that, and I'm involving her in that, and she enjoys it. We work hard together. And as we do, we talk about the values, some good life lessons and values of hard work and what it means to work hard and the rewards that come from working hard. And we have great little conversations between my 5-year-old daughter and myself as we're working on washing the car. The third thing I would say is to make eye contact, to really focus on them and to let them know that you're focused on them. See, I'm constantly amazed at myself how often I can talk to my kids, talk at my kids without actually talking to them. I can ask them to go do one thing without looking at them and they'll never do it. But the minute I get down and hold their shoulders and look right in their face and ask them, with them knowing that I'm looking right at them, ask them to do that thing, 9 times out of 10, they respond well and they go do it right away. It's that focused attention. See, kids know when they're not getting our attention. They know when we're only half listening to what they're saying when they're talking to us and we're carrying on doing what we want to be doing. So focused attention, focused eye contact really does make a difference and speaks a whole lot of love. So I've started this practice every night when putting our girls to bed. You know, I'll look them right in the eye, right in the face, make sure they know that I'm like fully present with them and tell them that I love them and that I'm wishing them a good night's sleep and all that kind of stuff. So that even if the day before has gone poorly and there's been, you know, some bad stuff where I've gotten frustrated and responded harshly, the last thing that they hear from me before going to bed is that I really love them and I'm communicating through eye contact that I really do care for them. The fourth thing that I would suggest trying is involve them in things that you actually enjoy doing as a parent. You know, we always assume, oh, I got to do stuff that my kids actually want to do, but and while that's often true, you know, there's a lot of times where there's things that I actually enjoy doing that if I involve my kids in it, they get caught up in my enjoyment. See, my enjoyment, it becomes contagious and they get caught up in that and they enjoy it just because I'm enjoying it and it's something we can share and enjoy doing together. Sure, that means sometimes I need to, make it more age appropriate so that they understand it a little bit, more detail, but I've found that our girls laugh more if I'm laughing and they enjoy things a whole lot more if I'm enjoying them. So involve them in things that you actually enjoy doing would be another. And maybe these have just triggered some of your own ideas. And so give it a go. I mean, what do you got to lose, right? Give it a go. If it doesn't work, that's okay. Don't give up. Just keep trying something else. But these are 4 ways that I've found quite helpful so that it doesn't feel like it's another obligation to be with my kids. So how do you, spend time with your kids without it feeling like just another thing to do? I'd say schedule a monthly date with your kids where it's focused time on them. Give them good quality eye contact. Let them know that you really do care for them and love them. Keep their attention tank topped up. So involve them in things that you're already doing, even if it means household chores, and involve them in things that you enjoy doing and allow that enjoyment to become contagious. I think that could really help with you and your kids. Hi there, my name's Clint, and if you found this video that you just watched helpful or valuable, then go to the website below where you'll find a whole video series dealing with the pressures and collisions that we often experience between work and family and ourselves and how to stay, healthy and all of that. And we've identified 9 of the most common collisions where, work and family collide and how to deal with some of those things. We'll talk about how to become better at what you do in your job so that you earn those promotions and make extra money. We'll talk about how to have an open and honest and loving relationship with your wife that actually makes it feel like she's on the same team as you rather than constantly fighting and working against you, and how to have a fun-filled relationship with your kids that's full of warmth and laughter and great memories while also staying healthy as a person and enjoying good times with your mates and with your friends as a person as well. So go to the website below and you'll find out more about it.